whatever you are, life generally, it's very important for us to exercise, because if you don't exercise, you won't have physical strength. You get tired easily if you're not exercising. So for sex, you need to exercise. Sex itself is an exercise. So you also need to exercise for these functionalities to show. So for people who are facing these challenges, I would say, firstly, go to the hospital, run a proper check on yourself to know if there's a problem. There might be some problems, then some problems actually have solutions. Then you can have a heart-to-heart talk with your spouse to, fix the issue. If it's diet, you work on your diet. If it's exercise you need, you can start off with some exercise.
Okay, now thank you for that. So, what are you waiting for? If you're having one or two problems when that is related with that thing XEX in your relationship, in your marriage, here what my boss lady here is to pick a little advice from her and work on your own personal view as well. Now let's look at the biblical view to marriage. I mean, sex before marriage.
Basically, biblical view is the stance in the Bible is wrong.
Yes, but if we are to bring it down to this our present 21st century, let's leave medical wise out of it. Leave what mommy and dad is telling you at home. Leave what friends are saying. Now let's look at our social environment. Would you advise a lady or a guy to go into the marriage without having to at least once go on bed with him or her?
There's no how you want to coin it. Biblically, is wrong is wrong.
No, no,
That's what you were
no,
asking.
no.
It's not two ways about it.
Okay,
Bible the Bible stand is very clear when it comes to sex before marriage. So anyhow you want to see it, anyhow you want to coin it, it's wrong. It's wrong.
I'm not trying to sugarcoat or like to redirect the word. They say, "Oh, work shall not play, make the action of God." You understand? Now, what we're saying is that yes,
that is you now trying to justify why you should have sex before
I'm
marriage.
not trying to justify. Forgive my man of this. I'm not trying to justify. What I'm trying to say here in our next sense is that take it or leave it. We can't take our present society away from what we do today. It's very difficult. Forgive my manners, please. Those that are watching now and those that will come and watch later. I can't kick against that. I'm a Christian. I'm a baptized, confirmed Catholic. I'm a Christian. So yeah, we all know what the Bible said. You understand? And it will be difficult for us as a human to go against that which the Bible has said before my father, before my great grandfather came. You understand? But if you want to generalize in this present 21st century, you and I will agree that it is difficult. It is very difficult. So for you to say, that is my boyfriend, that is my girlfriend, we'll be dating for months, we are just seeing each other. We are just saying, we go to the mall, he comes to the house, she comes to the house, she cook and we do all that, and at the end of the day, nothing happened. At the end of the day, we are planning marriage. We agree that it is very difficult.
It still happens.
Yeah, it still happens. People like that.
There are people that run a sex-free relationship.
Definitely.
Exactly.
But if we are to look at over 100, if we are to go over 10, let's say over 10%, we can only take 2.
Where are you getting your statistics from?
Where am I getting my statistics from? Okay, by the grace of God, I ask people questions every day. I do this program every Saturday for years. So I've met with professors, I've met with pastors, I've met with reverend fathers, I've met with single mothers, single father. I've discussed with both married and not married couple that are living well. They will tell you this. You understand? So it's not like it's a bad thing that you stay. I've actually done for him. Let me say this for real. I've actually dated a girl for like 2 years. Anytime she comes to me, my friends were like, that you don't try to do. But in me, my mind was never there and it was not there. If you get to watch this video, she'll confirm what I'm saying. Do you understand? Anytime she go out, my friends will be like, guy, when I did so, you know that general thinking. You get it? Sometimes I'll just come and stay with my friends a bit, then I will move back inside. You understand? But just both of us, we knew what was going on, but friends don't know. It is difficult for people to do, but let's go back to where we were coming from. It is difficult. It is difficult. Ladies these days will tell you if it doesn't have 10 inch, you understand? If it doesn't have 10 inch, what we're looking at, do you know what 10 inch is? Do you know? Do you know?
I actually don't know what I mean.
Do you know what? You understand? Ladies will say if it doesn't have 10 inch, if it's not as big as 10 inch, I can't take it. My question: do you know what 10 inch is?
I don't know. I don't have the
You know. Okay, now I go back to where we're coming from. Yes, it is very difficult. People do it, you stay out of relationship without sex and all that. But this present day that we have today, it is difficult. Take it or leave it.
I know because of the reality of times that we are in. Even the Bible says that at the end time, we'll see all those things.
Definitely.
So we are not surprised, yeah?
That these things are happening now.
Exactly. We're not surprised that it's happening now. The rock that sex before marriage is wrong.
Sex before marriage is wrong, no doubt. Let me ask you a question. Will you marry a man that can satisfy you sexually?
How will I know if I did sex before marriage?
No, no, no. I'm asking a question now. Will you marry a man that can't satisfy you sexually?
But how will I know? We are already married.
Okay.
Do you understand? So now we're trying to practice no sex before
For
marriage.
marriage.
Do you understand?
Yes.
So I wouldn't know till I'm in the marriage. Already.
If you're married already and this is not what you're saying, what would be your first thinking?
Okay, so firstly, if I basically get married to someone that cannot satisfy me, of course, it's not the end of the road. Like I said earlier, um, there are a lot of things that actually associate with these things. Firstly, you need to look out for the gray areas. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Why is this thing the way it is? Is this person learnable? Some people are not learnable. Some people cannot learn, they cannot unlearn. They just believe in what they know. They are just stagnant. Do you understand? So when it comes to marriage these days and sex, a lot of things have evolved. The world has evolved around. People want to try new things. People want to try a lot of things. People want to get satisfied in different ways. Trinkets. So that's why I said communication is key. Have a serious conversation with this person. This is now your wife or your husband, so you don't need to be ashamed of anything. You don't need to be ashamed. Tell this person, why is this thing necessary? Why should we do it this way? Why shouldn't we do it this way? Then both of you can come to a mutual agreement. If it's medically, you can as well, seek advice from a professional. If it is psychologically, because sex also has to do with a lot of emotions and psychologically.
Definitely.
So then you can now seek a therapist. Like I said earlier, there are lots of sex therapists out there. Just that people, in Nigeria, let me just use Nigerians for example, we don't want to talk about sex because especially when you're female, if you're talking about sex, the man, it looks like the man will start seeing you in a different light. This makes a lot of women, go into their closets. They don't want to talk about these things even when they are hot. So why not talk about these things? This guy is your husband and not your religious leader. So you are meant to open up. So that's why the Bible says that when two are married, they become one. So see this person as you guys are now one. Talk, have a good conversation.
Okay. Um. Nice one. It is good that you talk your husband, your wife.